RDFNL Netball in 2017. This is a new look show for 2017 with a new co-host, a little bit prettier than the one that we had last year. So welcome to Grace Bibby. Grace is I know she doesn't like this, but she's the new Rhiannon. She's our new netball operations coordinator. Over the summer, it's been quite a bit of a loss to AFL golfers, where we did lose Rhiannon Banner to Netball NT as a netball development manager. So congratulations, based in Alice Spring. We'll be sorely missed, but we're very excited to have Grace on board. How have you been finding it, Grace?
Yeah, loving it so far. Obviously, it's a bit of change up to what I'm used to, but so far so good, and looking forward to getting stuck into it this weekend.
So Grace just needs to learn a little bit about our netball. She's already had a bit of a look and knows it's a really good, strong competition, and she'll be around the grounds at some stage to meet everybody, and feel free to give her a call with any issues. I've just dobbed you in there, Grace, but that's fine.
Sounds good. Looking forward to getting to know some faces and some people along the way.
So it's... We'll start off with last year's grand final, and just what an amazing game it was. Probably the two teams that had been sitting first and second for most of the year, Riddle and Macedon, in that cold, wet day at Romsey last year. Absolutely freezing, but these two teams put on a fantastic game. It was hard, fast netball in the wet, would you believe, but all the skills come out there, and in the end it's most probably the team that sat on top for most of the year that come out in the end, and Riddle escaped with a 4-goal victory. And congratulations to the Riddle Football Netball Club. Really deserved the win. Totally different team next year. This year than what they have. So it'll be interesting to see where they sit. Macedon have strengthened up, which we'll talk a little bit more about soon. But there's a major issue that's happened in our league, hasn't it, Grace?
Yeah, thrown in the deep end I was first couple of weeks in, but unfortunately, Broadford and Wallen haven't been able to get an A-grade netball team up this year, which is disappointing. But yeah, tell us more about that, Kim.
Yeah, Grace, second day we found out that this was going to happen, and we've really tried to consolidate our A-grade competition over the last few years. Unfortunately, just due to some circumstances, Broadford are really struggling as a club. It's no secret to survive, and unfortunately that meant that they just didn't have the numbers to get an A-grade netball team up this year. And the same with Wallen, really. They've had a few struggles. This pesky little fly is hanging around. They've had a few struggles, and again, they've been unable to get an A-grade netball team together, which is really disappointing. That the point of having our A-grade netball is it's our premier competition. So we really need to look at how we structure our netball going forward for everybody, and make sure that it's a major part of our competition for all clubs. It's not healthy, and we really need to make it a priority this year. So the RDFL will be doing lots of work with these two clubs to try and re-establish them as we speak. And they've got some great people at the helm there, and really trying to get the netball up and running. It has thrown the A-grade fixture into havoc, to be honest with you. So it has been restructured. So the teams that were scheduled to play Wallen and Broadford on those particular days on the rounds, they will actually play each other. It does mess with the inequities of the draw, but that we can't really help it. I'd rather have teams playing every single week than missing out. So stay with us, stay tuned. There will be some changes in the fixtures, so just keep an eye on it. It has been done, but some times will change, some venues may change, just so we can get teams to different venues. So disappointing, but let's hope 2018 brings full complement of teams back.
Yeah, that's it. We've done the best that we can, and so far so good. We've got a couple of big games to kick off the season. Diggers Rest and Riddle is the first one on the agenda, and Diggers Rest obviously a big recruit in Natasha Chocolate over the off-season. You've coached alongside her at Sovereigns. Tell us more about that. Yeah, absolutely a cracker of a chick too. She's just a phenomenal person and a phenomenal player. She did jump on the court for me down at Sovereigns, and never seen such fast feet in all my life, and she come up with blood blisters. So I'd be interested, Tash, to see how you go with those old outdoor courts. So I think you'll be a superstar, though, in this league. And Amy Carroll has done such a good job in getting her to the club. Not only an asset to Diggers, but also an asset to the league, I think. But if you have a look at Diggers, they've put together a really strong team. Tony Lynn's back in the mid-court, so really looking forward to having her on board.
We'll just see how Shelby Strong goes there. She really played well out in wing attack last year, so but she's a really strong, confident goaler as well. So Meredith Ball hasn't been named in the team. If Meredith can drop back into that team at some stage, I'm not quite sure what her movement is. That would really strengthen them up a little bit as well. Jade Peters has done a great job as well for those, but they take on a totally different Riddle-looking team. It's just full of youth. We welcome back Eliza Allen to our league after Jared Walker has moved up north. And Eliza Allen, who I think everyone knows Eliza, and what a great person she's been around our league, is back. So she's gone for the youth policy. So if you have a look at some of the girls in this team now, it's Mika Johns, Brianna DeHaas, Kira Baldwin, and Alan Close, who's still playing Vienna but still a young girl, and Chloe Mueller-Meisters. Chloe, I hope I've got that right. It's the biggest name in the RDFNL, I think. So they're a young team but very, very, very talented. Sarah King remains in, as well as Jess Lallo, a fantastic inclusion as well from Burundara Genesis. So different looking team. Chris Harris is also there. You know, Chris is most probably the stalwart of that team and still a fantastic goaler. But I just think that if Diggers have everyone there, which I think they might have, I think they'll most probably get the victory over Riddle this week.
Yeah, and I'm the same with you. If Natasha Chocolate's playing, then my money's with Diggers Rest. What about Lansfield and Wooden Heskett?
Yeah, look, Woodend's got a new coach, Wendy Roberts, who's a very experienced coach, coached State League years ago and also has coached a men's Vic team. So she'll do some great work with those young kids at Woodend. Lansfield are looking very strong again. They've added Nikki Isles to the list, and Annika Shearer is also there, Taylor Watson. So they're really strong still. Alan Watson has a great job in just nurturing those girls through. It'll be an improved team, I think, at Woodend this year. Sarah Duff is a young 15, maybe 16-year-old girl who's been named at wing attack. So she's got some real talent about her too. So I'll be interested to see how they go. I think this task might be a little bit much for them this week.
Yeah, same with me. I reckon Woodend Heskett will have an improved year, but not enough to get over Lansfield in the first round. This year we welcome back Rockbank into our A-grade competition, which is great for the league and for the club, and they take on Melton Centrals in the first round. Who do you see winning that one? Yeah, it's great to have Rockbank back into the competition. I think Gav Spall's done a really good job in re-establishing the club there, and yeah, really great what he's done. Leanne Edwards, who's the coordinator of Rockbank, has worked tirelessly to get this club up and running, and with Elizabeth Masterson. And they've come across, a lot of these girls have come across from Anarchy. I think they might have just finished outside the top six last year there, but there's some really good players in there. And I don't think in the past where you thought you've got a Rockbank game, it's going to be an easy game. That's changed. So that's great for our league, and this is what we love to see, how we love to see our league strengthen up with just an inclusion of a different coach with more experience, can bring some players, it can turn your club around so quickly, and this is what Rockbank have done, so they should be congratulated. Randy Pereira is still going at Centrals. He's done a great job as well. It's great to see Beck Morabito, who's just an absolute superstar. You know, she's just fantastic, and I'm so glad that she's back. Two really interesting inclusions from there, Sally Portbury and Rach Dovinson. Now, they've come across from Sunbury Lions, so they'll really give that mid-court a real boost with Jess May. And it's interesting to see there's no Trong named yet, but I will hopefully we'll see her back during the year. She said she wasn't playing last year and she popped up. So I think Mountain Central will be still really strong. Rockbank, a bit unknown at the moment, but much better. So I'm going to stick with what I know. I'm going to go with Mountain Centrals. I'm going to go against you on this one, Kim. First round luck for Rockbank, I reckon, and they'll break through and take the points. Just to let you know, the courts at Mountain Centrals are just having a bit of a renovation, so this game will be same time. Actually, it's a bit later because it's a night game. It'll be a 3:15 game, but it's actually at the Arnolds Creek Primary School, so right next to the ground anyway, so you can still get over and watch some great netball action. And our fourth game will be Rupert's Wood v Romsey. We've had to change this one due to the fixturing issues. Yeah, this is one of the ones that has been adjusted. So it's a 12 o'clock game, and Romsey won't be playing Sunbury Kangaroos. They will be playing Rupo, and what a game this will be.
again, two teams that have had some changes. Katie Clark has moved from Rupo, who's been their keeper for a long time. Kirsten Daly, I'm not sure if she'll play for Rupert's Wood. But they've got a couple of big ings this year, and that is Beck Anstey and Prue Stanley, who have come over from Sunbury Lions. Both fantastic players. We've seen both of these play in the RDFL before. They're both premiership players for Romsey, and they've lost none of their spark, and they will really boost that young Rupo lineup. Amy Starzer and Hayley Matthews. Hayley's a fantastic young player who will really add to their goaling strength down there. And there's like a lot of new girls that have come in that have played 19s and B and C grade right through, and Di McCormick has really put her faith in these girls. And they're such a talented young ladies. They'll do great. They're coming up against a team, however, that I think is most probably will nearly go into this competition as premiership favourites. Romsey have really restructured and done some really good recruits. So they've got, I apologise now, I think it's Gwadowski. Is that what we had a crack at? I've lost my bit of paper with the correct spelling on it. But anyway, Sarah and Al McDonald, who both come over from Seymour, but both played VNL for a championship for North East Blaze. And Sarah, I'm not sure she'll be there this week because he's got an ANL call-up last week and she played for the Furies. So very strong. Kaylee Armstrong's moved over from Riddle as well. And they'll be extremely strong, Romsey, all over the court, with Hope Evans still firing away. Bronnie Blair won't be playing this week. She's got a crook ankle. There's a few other girls all spattered through there. So this will be a really, really good game. And Chelsea Ross as well, back in goal attack. And Chelsea had some health issues last year, but she's right back in the middle of it. So it'll be a cracker of a game, this game. And I'm going to go with Romsey. Di's going to kill me, but I'm going to give Romsey a go.
I'll keep Di happy and I'll go with Rupo. But hopefully, good clash with both teams. Expected to finish top four or five, you'd say?
Top three, really.
Top three?
Top three or four.
Yep. And rounding out the weekend, Sunbury Kangaroos and Macedon.
Another team, Sunbury Kangaroos, that had struggled. They were really struggling at the even as close as December, whether they were going to have an A-grade team. But credit to Al and all the guys and girls down there, and they've got a team up in Kylie Mikulev, who's been around the club a little while but hasn't had much to do with the netball, and's come over and brought a couple of girls from the Northern League with her. So they'll be more competitive, and it'd be really interesting to see how they go up against last year's runners-up in Macedon, and still a very strong side. A couple of these girls, I think 3 or 4 girls are now playing VNL in those teams. Chloe Wilson and Janelle Birch are super fit at the moment. They're training with Sovereigns and they're just super fit, and as is Taylor Harrington. So she'd be a new inclusion. Katie Clark coming over from Macedon will really strengthen them up as well. Tara Burnett is an absolute superstar as a goal shooter. So it'd be interesting to see how much she progresses this year. This girl could go anywhere, as we said last year. She could do anything that she really wants to do. She's that talented. I think it'll be a big ask for Sunbury to start with, and I'm going with Macedon.
Yeah, I'll go with Macedon on that one too.
All right, thank you. Well, here we go. Welcome, Grace. You did a great job.
Thank you.
So great to have netball back. And don't forget, next week is a standalone game when we have a Romsey and Mountain Centrals on a Thursday night before Good Friday. So that's really exciting innovation for the RDFL. Let's get into it. Really excited. Love RDFL netball. And happy netball, everyone. Good luck to all teams. See you later.